Hello everybody! Hi, my name is Milo, and today I've got a little challenge for you in Super Mario 64. You've seen the title, so let's get to it. We're trying to collect every star in Super Mario 64's hardest level, in my opinion, without letting go of the Z button. The moves we have are as follows: crouching, crawling, crouch kicks, punches, backflips, and even a normal jump. It is possible to run out of a few different moves while holding the Z button, but for the sake of the challenge, we aren't going to be cheesing it like that. I tried my best to avoid ever walking out of my jumps or punches, and with all of this out of the way, let's get to our first star. And with our first star, we have the intro that we'll be doing for every star in this challenge. I'm only going to show it once, so pay attention. We crawl from the starting platform to the carpet. We ride the whole way, avoiding one flamethrower, and then we make it to our first fork in the road. This is essentially the starting point of every star. Anyways, let's get some stars out of the way that don't require riding carpets, shall we? From here we have to make our way across the spinning platforms to the left side with the pole. Once we slide down the pole, we end up at a teetering platform that we need to use to make our way up to the next obstacle. At first I was a little perplexed, as I was trying to work with angling the platform. Then I discovered you can just backflip up to the next platform without worrying about using the tilt at all. With all that out of the way, we make our way over the pendulum, past a few platforms, and onto another challenging section. Here we have to jump along this teetering platform up to these falling guys. Then we have to turn around with the crawl as we're starting to fall with the platform, backflip to the next layer of falling platforms, and then time a backflip with the flamethrower to continue safely. This section took a few lives for me to finally nail down consistently for sure. Now we're in the home stretch though, and it's relatively simple from here. We have to do a backflip onto this moving cheese, and then up this sliding slope with the platforms. After we're up here, it's just one more pendulum and a timed jump for a flamethrower, and we're home free with our first star. The second star we're chasing is very close to the first one, so we come across the rotating platforms, slide down the pole, cross the pendulum, jump up the falling platforms, and cross the cheese guy. Now we split our path from where we went before. We have to jump across these falling platforms and then use sliding jumps to climb up to the top of this hill. I'd like to note here that sliding can be done while holding the Z button as long as you don't crawl onto the slope. See, from the platforms down here, we can't actually make the jump over to the next section with just a backflip. What we're going to have to do is backflip up onto the slide and use the speed to jump the gap. Now we're at the final piece of the puzzle, and unfortunately it is a little more puzzling than I'd like to admit. I tried everything I could think of to get up this puzzle while crouched, but it was no use. With the best cycle of backflips, I could only make it up to this triangle before I'd have to crawl and turn around, and that took too much time. I tried a few times to get a slide onto the triangle and maybe jump up to where the star is, but that was no use either. We'll have to come back to this later and try to find a new idea. For our third attempt, we'll chase a red coin star. This maze isn't as hard to traverse with a crouching Mario as you might think. We go over to the cheese, up this little corridor, over the wall, and boom, we got our first coin. Fall down to the cheese, climb up a little ways again, and we're ready for our next two coins. First we fall for this one, then we use this flame spitter to our advantage and grab our third coin. I fell down to the bottom here, and I thought that might be problematic, but with a backflip you can also get a wall jump. So we climb up once again. Number 4 and 5 are easily reached with our flips, but this one in the corner has proven to be a little more tricky. There's no way to reach it from here. We make our way up and to the right and we're able to collect our 6th coin, as well as our 7th coin near the very bottom of the maze. And now, with that pesky 8th coin. The easiest way I could think of to get high enough to collect the 8th coin was to crawl around the back of the maze and wall jump up to the top. Once we're here though, we have to make a legendary backflip that took me so many bloody attempts to finally pull off. But with a lucky wall kick and ledge grab, we have made our way to retrieving the red coin star, the third in our list. Next we're going to be riding some carpets. We take a right from the spinning platforms and start our first ride. With a few backflips, this ride is pretty relaxing, if not a little bit boring. At the end of its path, we transition to the left carpet and head straight up the path to the boat. Jumping a few platforms and then a few more, we've made it to the top, very slowly, but without a problem. Now we crawl against the wind, which I didn't know you could actually do, and collect the 4th star of the level. Star 5 took a while, but let me spare you the details as it's almost the same as the intended route to the star. You take the carpet up again, but you split right this time. Backflip up a few platforms, then over a few platforms, avoid the flamethrower at the end, and you've cleared yourself for an easy 5th star on top of the house. Star 6 is also pretty easy. If we cross the rotating platforms to the maze and then climb to the top, we can talk to this bob-omb to open the cannon on the flying ship. I'm willing to admit here that I'm pretty sure the only way I was able to talk to the bob-omb while crouching was to get Mario to walk for a moment while I was holding the Z button like we talked about earlier. Technically this means we wouldn't be able to use the cannon in our crouch percent challenge, but let's entertain the idea anyways. With the cannon open, we get to the top once again and crawl along the side of the ship. We shoot from the cannon to the island, and with some lucky hops, we avoid this purple boy and collect our 6th star. Before I show you my route for the 100 coin star, I'd like to hop back to our unfinished 2nd star and say that I was able to shoot myself to it using the cannon from this boat. So now we've successfully collected every star with only one challenge remaining. So let's get to it. First, we collect the coins on this platform near the star. With a few hops, we can get back to the carpet afterwards to access the rest of the stage. Next, we take everything from these rotating platforms, the Lakitu coins and all the coin rings. From here, I moved to the left so that I could get a whole section of coins out of the way. I failed to get the Fly Guy coins, but there were a few on top of the steps near him. I got some coins from over the pendulum, as well as the little coins placed atop these falling platforms. Across the cheese, I got a Goomba coin and some coins from on top of this slope. Then I went across to this next little slope for a few more coins. With that half of the stage cut out of the way, I wandered over to the red coin maze. Once again, I failed the top of the maze jump over and over, but I did manage to collect all of the coins in this area. Unfortunately, you can't do a ground pound while holding the Z button, so these blue coins in this area are out of the question. We make our way back, and we start riding the carpets for the last 2 sections of the stage. There are a few coins to collect on our way up, but nothing special. We make our way to the ship side first and collect all the coins on the deck. Unfortunately, with the wind and the speed of the coins, I wasn't able to get many of the coins that came from the Bob-ombs or the Lakitu on the ship. We're already cutting it pretty close. Making our way to the dock platform, we can fall down to the carpet that takes us to the large house in the sky. There are some coins to collect on this first set of falling platforms, and that puts us at 85 as we approach the house. We pass by 5 coins inside of the house, as going over to collect them at this point would likely result in losing the carpet. There's 5 coins on this platform outside, and 5 more right as we re-enter the building. Feeling very lucky, we jump down to the 5 coins we passed earlier, and we collect exactly 100 coins without letting go of crouch. Hey everyone, thank you for watching today's video. This kinda came to me out of nowhere, but I really like doing challenges in Super Mario 64, so I really couldn't help myself. If there are any other video game challenges that you'd like to see me do, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to click that subscribe button, and I'll be back for a new video in no time. So until then, peace out.